What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mongols. This is our reaction show as the Hounds beat Oakland Roots 2-0. We are live. The game literally just finished a little over an hour ago, maybe. I am Mike Sparks. Joining me is Steve Mattias and Josh Brokaw. Gentlemen, I appreciate the quick turnaround here. I know typically we have a day to kind of process our feelings and our thoughts. Actually, massive shout out to everybody who contributes to the show. Anybody who's live, feel free to submit questions and topics. I know that Laura, Ellen, and Drew both sent in their videos, and so we got those edited together real quick. So lots to still come at you here.
Can we be clear? Notice. You got those edited together. Josh and I did nothing.
Very true story. Very true story.
Team effort, man. Team effort.
Team effort.
Team effort.
Mike Sparks.
Team effort. Steve, how's your weekend been?
It's been fine. I got to spend some really good time with one of my real good friends on Friday. So his wife was out to dinner with some coworkers. So I went over after he got the kids to bed and just had some really good bourbon and caught up a little bit. And then his wife got home and joined us for a drink, which was great because I don't know her as well. So great to get to know her a little bit and just hang out with them I was over there for like 5 hours, which is great.
Wow. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Josh?
Oh, I was a complete nerd over the weekend. I went to a Star Wars Unlimited tournament, planetary qualifier. So it's a card game, basically, that we played.
Did you qualify?
No, I did not plan it. My goal was it's like best of 3, and then for the first round, it's like 6 matches. So my goal is to win at least one of my 6. And I won 2 of them. Thank you very much. So
amazing.
Yeah.
I did not though. But it was me, Chachi, friend Brendan, and we all just kind of hung out at Fabricator Forge over in Coriopolis. So also got to drive by the Coriopolis complex, the Hounds and all that stuff. So that was kind of cool. It was packed over there. They had a lot of games going on. I don't know. Academy stuff.
Yeah. It's that season for youth soccer for sure.
Yeah.
Between academy and school and everything else, it's just nonstop. So yeah. Well, good. You're good. I'm glad you guys are here, able to join us. Let's
your weekend.
My weekend was not interesting at all. I literally spent a bunch of time like doing actual like work yesterday. In my free time in the evening, I moved dirt into some of our raised beds that like had sunk. So I was like, okay, there's the win. And today we went grocery shopping. So
something.
I mean, hey, good weekend.
Living the dream, baby. Let's do a hey sir and then talk about this game.
And now, hey sir, 1-minute reactions with Laura Ellen.
3 points. 3 points. Wow. I was not expecting that. So that's great. I miss seeing Jackson Walty play. I miss his hustle. And so I don't exactly know why he wasn't playing, but man, I thought they played really well. Good on Augie for getting a goal in the run of play and then putting the penalty kick in the back of the net as one is supposed to do. Do I think they had the best game they've ever played? No, not even this season, but they were playing Oakland, who isn't great, and they played better than Oakland, but yeah, okay, great. We got a shutout, according to the announcers, Eric Dick's 30th shutout, so going on him. This is not what I was expecting, so let's go Hounds.
This has been Hey Sir, 1-minute reactions with Laura Ellen.
So, Laura Ellen kind of ran the gamut there of things that I'm sure we're going to discuss, but the final thought there was not what she was expecting. And I think there was a conversation amongst some of us prior to this game of what were we expecting. And I don't know if we were, I know I personally wasn't expecting capital expecting a win. I didn't know what to expect, but we did get a victory. Josh, before we go any further, there it is. It's been a little while.
A hot minute.
Since we've had a victory beverage. Josh, give me a takeaway from this one.
Augie. I feel like that was like the beginning and the end for this game, as far as I'm concerned. That the fact that he was actually able to score from run of play and draw a foul, which I thought was amazing because he is never able to draw fouls. And then put it away. So it's not what I expected at all for this game, and I'm super happy to see it.
Steve, the question came up during the game because Augie got a yellow early in the second half. I have a feeling that when we do our top three, Augie's probably going to be the top one. If Augie picks up a second yellow as he was flirting with, is he still our top player if he gets 2 goals and a red?
I reject Mondo's question. It's a hypothetical that is he? No, but do you still say thank you for the 2 goals that were both earned goals? Absolutely. So
fair enough. Steve, give me another takeaway from this one.
It's nice to see a win. I don't think it was a particularly pretty win. I think there's still a lot of work to do, but hey, you went on the road, you went west, and you found a way to get 3 points. That's great for me, right? Doesn't make me feel any different about any future games because I'm looking at what they did in this game, and the big difference was the finishing rather than the overall play. So glad for the 3 points. Still need to see more.
When we look back at these past 3 games on the road, I think this was the one that we were most reserved to just getting a draw in. We thought we would get 3 points in the other 2. And so to get 3 points here is definitely a bonus. Steve, I'll go back to you again. One of the questions that came up during the game was this a case of us playing really well or Oakland being really bad? How do you feel about it?
This is a case of Oakland was shambolic. That's why I don't feel like super thrilled, right? This is a case where, yes, we should be winning games like this. This is what I expected us to do to Tampa Bay, what I expect us to do to Miami. Those teams that are groveling at the bottom, picking up scrappy points here and there, right? If we want to be serious at the end of the season, if we want to be in that 4th playoff spot, we've got to be putting these teams away every single time. So Oakland showed what I expected them to show, and that was not much, and the Hounds took advantage. So woohoo.
Yeah. Josh, we talked the past few weeks about Eric Dick maybe potentially showing some cracks. This was a game where late in the first half, he made a pretty good point-blank save. He seemed to be pretty solid all game. Picks up his 30th shutout in the league. Are you still at all worried about him, or do you think he's sort of turned the corner and you're confident with him back there?
I don't think this game really was a shining moment for him. I know he got the shutout, but this was more the fact that, kind of to Steve's point, the fact that Oakland couldn't really do anything, in the attacking third. So it was, there were some moments where he actually had to make a save, but there was also moments where he completely skied the ball out of the stadium. Okay, probably didn't go out of the stadium, but out of bounds, just on a no pressure kick. So it's he didn't have a particular fantastic, he stood on his head and kept them in this game type of game, but the team as a whole had a good game, so he didn't have to do as much, and that helps a lot. And that's why I feel like a lot of keepers in this system for the Riverhounds get the Golden Glove, is because they get a lot of help from the whole team. And it's not that we have bad keepers and we kind of make them look better than they are. It's just the system helps the defensive part of this game and benefits the keepers.
Yeah. And Dick and keepers that we've talked to will all say that point blank. They'll say, I got the Golden Glove, but it's because the guys in front of me are limiting shots, and it's the system. So.
Yes, and we've seen so many of those keepers go and do really well elsewhere. So there is something about the identification of talent at that position and building that talent over 2 seasons before they go and have excellent careers beyond the Hounds.
Yeah,
I would also wonder if a lot of that is in their time here, they're getting coached by Bushy. I mean, you know what I mean? They do have a really good system here for their keepers, and they learn really good habits, and probably do strengthen their game, if not on the field as much as in the practice.
Yeah, agreed. What else? What else from this one? Give me another takeaway. Somebody. What do we got?
Walty not being there.
Yeah.
Laura Ellen mentioned it, and hey, sir, it was very interesting to see him not on the lineup at all. It's one thing not to start, which he didn't start last week, but he came off the bench, but he wasn't even on the bench this week, and not on the injury reports. O'Toole was on the injury report, but that was it. So I would like to know what's going on there. Is it an injury where they're not reporting, which we've seen that in the past, so that's possible, or is this a situation where he has fallen out of favor with Lily for some reason? I hope it's not that, because he's really good.
I mean, if it's that, I got to figure it's something else, because the way he's been playing this season is fantastic. I mean, he hasn't been perfect every game, but I mean, we've had the conversation about him that like sometimes it's hard to put him in our top 3 this season because he's set the level and he's not necessarily exceeding that level, and other players are showing up. But I don't know that I've seen too much from him in the last few appearances that makes me worried that his play is slipping. And so I hope it's just something that they're just trying to keep him from getting an actual long-term injury, pulled muscle or something like that they're trying to rehabilitate.
Yeah. To your point, he's number 2 on our list in terms of ranking players. So we spent most of the early part of the season just talking about him. So yeah.
But I would say that, or will say that, he got most of those points early in the season when the makeup of the team was a lot different. I think once you get Charles All and, Boone's in there now, and like there's different components now with this team and the way they're shaping up, that I at least have felt like Walty's style, what we really liked from him, was not able to shine in this new formation. So it could very well be that just there's not a spot that he shines in this makeup of this team.
Yeah. You mentioned Boone and All. Go ahead, Steve, before I move on to the next point.
I even think it might not even be that, but it's that Bob wants a player like Charles All on the field, and he's been trying to work Brad Sample back onto the field, and somebody's got to make way, and so he's pushing Danny Griffin back into a more defensive role. And that
takes up Walty's spot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And so I don't know that it's even a knock on Walty as much as it's trying to find something and find some more attacking players to put on the field. And he's the odd man out because you're not going to drop your captain.
Yeah.
But you'll drop him back on the field.
Definitely something to keep an eye on over the next few weeks. This upcoming week, we're back at home against Louisville. You'd have to imagine that we're going to be defending more in that game, which seems like it would be perfectly suited for a Jackson Walty, but we will wait and see. I was going to say, Josh, you mentioned Boone and All. Last week, Justin joined us and he talked about how he would love to see more halftime substitutions. In this game, we had one. Lily took out All and put in Boone at halftime, and then made a couple additional substitutions late in the game. Steve, I know we can often be critical of Lily's substitutions. How did you feel about this one?
Loved the halftime sub. The other ones were about Lily subs. No, I mean, I think what I like about that is, I don't feel like All played poorly, but I don't feel like he was having the impact that we hope to see him have. And so you're bringing in a guy that plays a little bit differently, that can probably track back a little bit more, but also be dangerous going forward with Boone, has a little bit more experience in managing a game. And so for me, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised by it because I the halftime sub, at least, I thought, we're 2 goals up, and then I see that he subs in Chase Boone, and I'm thinking like that's an offensive change that felt like it was more pushing forward, and that kind of got me like wondering like what's the reasoning for this. Like I didn't think Charles All had a bad game, but I guess he's more attacking as well, so it wasn't that big of a difference, but it still felt a little bit offensively minded in my head compared to maybe making a sub that kind of gives it a little bit more defense. I don't know. That was my thought, though.
Yeah. Reed McLaughlin in the chat, thanks for the comment, said, not to be overly disparaging, but I feel All is simply a poor man's Mertz. He's had a couple of goals, but I feel I'd rather have Boone up top with Williams rather than a not great Cam type player. Steve, thoughts on that?
I'll take issue with the poor man's Mertz aspect in the sense that, do I think that Charles All is worse than Robbie Mertz was in his 10th, 8th game or whatever All has played so far? I don't think so. I think, but I take the point of, like, you're putting a guy on that is not at the same level yet as some of these other players. But at the same time, we can talk about what we like about Chase Boone all day long, but the reality is that he's been here for less than a month and he's still working into integrating with this team. And so bringing in a guy that's played the system to start and say, okay, I want to change the look and give somebody else in a position where, we're up 2-0, let's bring on the guy that doesn't have the same context with the system, give him some more playing time, and kind of managing that between those two different tension points, I think that's one of the things that Bob Lilly can do well.
Yeah. How many headers does Mertz have? I'm just saying.
Well, what's interesting is
Josh.
I don't know if I would consider Boone to be a striker. Like, I almost, in what we've seen thus far, I see Boone to be a Robbie Mertz kind of lookalike. And I'm wondering if Lilly's system, or what he's trying to do, at least on attack, is what, we've been calling out to play Jacqueson and Williams at the same time. And that's just not going to happen. It doesn't seem like that's going to happen. It seems like instead what Lilly wants is a central attacker and then two more attacking midfielders flanking him on either side. And that's what you're getting with Mertz. That's what you're getting with All. That's what you're getting with Boone. And so it's more of these guys that can create, but can also score, can create a little bit of havoc, which I don't know if that's what I was expecting when it was announced that Boone was coming in.
Well, and if you look at where those players were concentrated on the field, it's like Robbie Mertz overlaps almost directly with the two spots that All and Boone were playing, right? It's like when Robbie switched sides, he just took up the other side, and their heat maps look almost identical to Robbie's.
Yeah. One of the other plays in the game, there were a couple contentious ones, but Hackshaw basically choking out Boone and chucking him to the ground. That was not a second yellow for a red, was comical, especially when a minute later the ref gave Eric Dick a yellow for time wasting. So again, it's refs in the USL. It is what it is. But this game could have been the other way.
He was a coward. He was afraid to change the game. But he wouldn't have been changing the game. He was doing what he would have been doing what he needed to do his job. And so by being a coward, he changed the game.
Yeah. So
I agree. Nothing to add there. Yeah, it was ridiculous that he didn't get a second yellow for that. It would have been a yellow if he wasn't on a yellow. And you hate to see that. Like, it just, when for sure, like you see the ref like thinking, maybe, it's like you're only not doing it because he's on a yellow. Like that can't be what decides if you call it or not.
Yeah.
Guys, my only other talking point, 42.2% possession. Like, it holds true. We had less possession in the first half, and I thought there were moments in the first half that we looked amazing. Again, I don't think Oakland's very good, but there was a number of times that we maintained possession, not just between our defenders, but we were actively working the ball through the midfield. I thought a couple of guys had some pretty solid games. We'll get to our top three in a minute, but we talked so much with the front office and with the players in the preseason about the focus being on more possession, controlling the game. And it just seems like we're the type of team that just performs better when we have less possession. We're more of a quick strike, sit back, defend, clog up lanes, get the ball, and attack fast type of team. And that system can obviously work. I think it's just a matter of, do you embrace it or not? And it seems like maybe we've embraced it late in the season, but whether or not it'll be something that we see continue moving forward, who knows?
I do want to say I'm not convinced that this is we thought we've had this moment in the past where it's like, this game proves that, like, the system's working, the team's turning this around, right, and we got this. One thing I noticed was that Oakland didn't have their star striker on the field or in the lineup at all. I think he's injured. So like we didn't really get pressure from them. And the system works when the other team, you don't have to worry about them scoring because the Hounds usually don't score. When we got 2 goals in the first half, we were like, man, maybe we'll actually score 3 points or 3 goals. And if we score 3 goals, that's the first time we've done that since October 5th, 2024 against the Miami.
Yeah.
So like it's been a while since we scored 3 and we still can't score 3.
Right.
So that's just, I don't know. Something to keep in mind is, yes, this was great. This is what we needed last week as well. Like we didn't play down to the level of our opponent. We actually played at our level, and that was enough.
Yeah. And as Mondo put in the chat, to your point of being sit back, attack fast, it works really well when you get an early goal. Exactly.
And I think, I mean, before he put that in there, exactly kind of my thoughts that if we don't score early in this game, do we have the chances that we get? It doesn't necessarily mean that Oakland gets a lot of chances. I don't think they had the offense to do that, but we got that second goal because we exploited some space beyond their midfield. We broke the lines and got a chance that if we were chasing the game, those spaces aren't happening, and we're trying to beat a low block. And we've seen how effective that is throughout the past few seasons. It's not at all. So great to get that early goal. Let's keep doing that.
Yeah.
And then go get a second, not give up 2 goals afterwards.
Go ahead, Josh.
Another thing I want to bring up was we had a laugh about this in the Discord for the Steel Army. EJ Johnson coming in and getting yellow. I don't know if you saw the Hounds tweet about it, but basically Emmanuel Johnson shown the yellow card. Feels like admin has typed this before. ...
Listen.
Nice job, Grubba.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
When he came on, I was waiting for him to blitz Dick and like get the goal like he got last season because he knows Dick, and I was waiting for it to happen, and so I'm really glad that it didn't.
I mean, when he came on, I just was like, man, a guy that did very little but got one of the most epic photo ops of all times.
Yeah. Agreed.
He's super young though, isn't he? Like 19. Like he's got a lot of room to grow.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Agreed.
Hope he does well.
Guys, any other takeaways in this one before we do our top 3?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Josh, give me a top 3. No. You're going. Okay, go ahead. You go.
I will say, I'm just going to say
I know you're gonna say
Augie. That was easy enough.
Yeah.
I think Augie, had a great game. This is the fact that he got a run and play goal. That was a good run and play goal. It looked nice. It looked like it took skill. Just makes me happy. Like that's what we want to see from Augie. Great that he got the PK, but that's kind of like more expected. Like, so the run and play goal, especially, and overall he did have a good game, and I thought he did pretty good defensively, which is something I know that Bob will be happy about.
Yeah, Steve.
I like Brett Sample in this game.
Ooh, okay.
I think he really, I think, did a lot both ways. Broke play up, had some good passes that opened some things up, and gonna give him a shout out.
Crap. See, I should have made Josh go last because now I'm torn between. I think
Dick's 30th shutout.
Well, so I was like, Dick gets his 30th shutout. I thought Griffin did a good job defensively. There were a number of times that he had to come back and cover, and he did a good job covering. I thought Augie's PK doesn't happen if Mertz isn't also throwing his body in there. I thought Mertz had a good game. I thought Biasi had a good game. I thought Barnes had a good. This is what happens when you play a crap team. Is like everybody looks good.
See, like I tried to pick someone to make it easy because I thought you were going to pick Mertz.
I mean, that kind of then makes the argument, I think, for Mertz to be in our top 3 if you're leaning that direction as well. Okay, all right. So then we'll go with Mertz. What's our order, Josh? Augie, Sample, and Mertz.
I think you swap Sample and Mertz in that order, and then you already got Augie, Mertz, Sample.
Okay. So that is what we think. Let us know what you think. Augie gets all 3 points. Mertz with 2 points. Sample with 1 point. Mertz is starting to run away at the top of our table with now 23 points. So I will update that and we can share the results here at some point with everybody.
I mean, that's great for Mertz. I mean, that's an average of a point per game this season.
Yeah.
Although some of those aren't from the league games, but still.
Yeah. Let's see what Mondo thought.
It's time for Mondo's moment, the top moment of the game from the Mondalorian.
This week's Riverhounds match against the Oakland Roots provides us with a trio of Mondo moments, beginning with a trio of fours. The 4th and the 44th minute, Augie Williams bagged a brace to power the Riverhounds to their first victory since August 2nd in Rhode Island. This is the way. Then, after the final whistle, Eric Dick has confirmed his 30th USL Championship clean sheet. This is the way.
This has been Mondo's moment. Go Hounds.
Now I wonder if Mondo will take offense to us not putting Dick in our top 3, but oh well. Guys, let's Steve.
No.
Steve.
Eric Dick was fine. We already talked about him.
Okay, I was about to jump into the standings and you were like taking this like you had something on
No, I was
mind.
reacting to like the thought of what Mondo might say. I was like, yeah.
Okay.
Not anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's look at the Eastern standings. This is updated as of after this game. So the Hounds do get credit for the win against Oakland. We are now sitting on 31 points in 7th place, guys. So we are currently 3 points out of 4th place. So literally we are a win out of a home playoff spot. And likewise, we are 7 points above Rhode Island, who are just outside of the playoff spot. So at this point, Josh, I know I keep coming to you because you're the one that keeps saying that you're confident that we're going to at least get in the playoffs. Considering the stretch of games that we have left, we are getting a little bit of separation from below that playoff line. You're still confident, I'm assuming?
Oh yeah. Yeah. This is definitely a great win and kind of just gives us a lot more breathing room from Indy 11 in Rhode Island, because they would both have to beat us in points. So 31 to 24, that's a pretty good gap. And I feel pretty confident about that. I don't feel as confident about the home playoff situation just because of the fact that we are only 3 points off. That is 3 clubs above us, though, as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it 2? Yeah, it's 3. 3 clubs above us as well. So that means all 3 of those have to lose. And I think Detroit's actually doing pretty good right now. And, Hartford's Hartford. So I'm not too concerned about them, but they are having a good run of play as well, unfortunately. So I don't know. I think 6th place is definitely in the cards, maybe 5th, but 4th still feels kind of like we have to be really lucky with these other teams that are also getting hot right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I honest to goodness, like coming into this, I was feeling worse than what I feel right now, kind of looking at this, knowing that we are just 3 points off. Now, North Carolina obviously holds the tiebreaker over us, so we would need them to really drop some points, plus they have another game in hand. So they could be, really 5 points above us in holding that last spot. But beyond that, I mean, the East is still kind of wide open. Louisville and Charleston have now locked up playoff spots. Louisville is on 54 points. Charleston are on 50. I think Louisville locked it up last week. Charleston locked it up this week. So good on them with, I think, 8 games left. Yeah. That's where things stand in the East.
So I want to add a little more context to that, though. I was kind of looking at this before the game, and I was like, okay, like a win really helps, but it doesn't actually change the Hounds' points over their last 5 games, which is 5 points, which is still still not great, right? Like if that's what we're doing for the rest of the season, we're slipping behind probably Indy and possibly Rhode Island if they continue on their runs of forms. But everybody ahead of us has picked up many more points in their past 5 games. And so kind of just recognizing that the work is not done to stay in the playoffs or to move up that table. And I think the other thing I think about is I really want to see us, if we're not playing at home, in that 5th or 6th spot, not in the 7th or 8th spot. Because if we're traveling, do we really want to see Louisville or Charleston the first round of the playoffs? I'll take my chances against Loudoun, North Carolina, Hartford, or Detroit on the road, whichever one of those teams we could possibly face, rather than starting off against Louisville or Charleston. So,
yeah. There's also the fact that we still have to play Hartford, which is really nice. The fact that, they're one of the teams that we have to leap, and we still have a game against them. It is away, which isn't the greatest. You want that to be at home. That'd be a lot nicer. But having that game against Hartford, that's going to be an important game, especially if we want a home playoff game.
Yeah. But it all starts this weekend. As I mentioned, Louisville come to town. Guys, it's the top team in the East. They're flying high. Steve, are you going to be disappointed with a loss in this one?
I'm always disappointed with the loss. Do I expect the Hounds to gain points in this game? No.
Josh?
Louisville is really good.
I mean, Louisville is fantastic this year. There's no denying that. I do think the Hounds can eke out a point, especially at home. I will be disappointed with a loss. It's weird to say I'm expecting a draw. I mean, it's not that I'm expecting it. I just think that is achievable. We should be able to get a draw against Louisville. And then a loss or a win would be obviously spectacular. Over the moon for a win. But yeah, I'm going into this hoping and thinking that we can get a draw.
Guys, it's been a while since we've done a score prediction. Let's do a score prediction here. I agree with everything you've said. I think that a loss I'm kind of expecting. I think that if there's going to be a draw, it has to be with goals, because I don't think we're keeping Louisville off the table, or off the score sheet. So I think it would have to be like a 1-1, and I think we would have to score first. I don't see Louisville scoring on us and then us coming back and getting an equalizer. So my heart says 1-1. My head says 2-0 Louisville. Josh, what do you think?
Yeah, my brain was exactly in the same spot with the 1-1. I think that is a good spot. Exactly like you're saying, us scoring first would be the key to that. And then probably being very disappointed with a late equalizer that makes it feel like it's worse than it actually is. Somehow making me feel like a 1-1 draw is a bad thing against the top team, in the league. But yeah, 1-1 would be great.
Getting our hopes up for that stretch run. Steve, what do you think this? How do you think this plays out?
I think it's a 1-3 loss.
3.
Yeah. Louisville hung 4 on Charleston just a couple weeks ago. This might be the best Louisville team we've ever faced.
It's just the way you
not
said
look forward to this game.
The way you said, the subtext was "fight me."
It was more. I will fight my opinion, not fight me.
When's the last time we got 3 goals against us? I'm trying to think.
I don't think it's happened this season.
It has not happened this season. I'm just trying to think of even before that, but that's why I think 3 is probably more pessimistic than needed. Yes. Mongols Fight Club. Yeah. But no, I mean, obviously it could happen, but I don't think we let them get 3 on us.
Yeah. That is what we think. Let us know what you think. That game is Saturday at 7 p.m. at Highmark Stadium. Guys, let's talk about now. Well, before we do that, is there any other Hound stuff you guys want to talk about?
I don't think anything else has happened.
Cool. All right. Real quick.
Hi, this is Ryan Reynolds. And no, this is not a Mint Mobile ad. It's the non-Hound soccer topic of the week.
Funny story. Someone who follows us on Blue Sky said that they were listening to last week's episode and they're like, crap, Mongols got ads now. And so so we're just going to keep using that. Guys, I don't know if you saw this. I'm going to put a picture up here on the screen. There was a game in Tanzania between City FC Abuja and JKU FC. It was temporarily stopped in the 78th minute as a swarm of bees flew across the pitch. Players, linesmen, cameramen, and fans were all asked to get down on the ground for cover. Although there were no official statements regarding how the bees' unexpected presence came to be, local outlets claimed unusual weather patterns throughout the week may have triggered the chaos. No one was stung, and City FC Abuja went on to get a winner after the incident. As a quasi beekeeper, I have questions about this, but the pictures are actually pretty hilarious of just all of the players on the field. If you go, there's actually video of fans laying on the ground. There were people in a dugout laying on the ground. I'm like, the bees aren't coming into the dugout. What are you doing? So, I typically accompany these things with a question. I don't have a question. I just saw that and I was like, there's a crazy story of the week. Bees take over a field. So
I have questions, right? Is this like a plague of locusts, like a plague of bees flying through a soccer match?
So
the soccer gods were angry.
for those of you who have listened for long enough, you probably know my wife is an amateur beekeeper. We don't have bees at the moment, but I can tell you if it is, honeybees, there's no way they're flying around attacking people. When they swarm, they're looking for a new home and they're actually super docile. They would not be anywhere near a soccer field. So I don't think these are bees unless they're some other kind of bees. They might be yellow jackets, which you don't want to mess with. Those are no fun.
But they don't usually come in a swarm like that. Well, I guess they do if they're near their.
If they're provoked, they can, but weird weather patterns to cause them to. The whole thing is just bizarre. So
I want to know if they had this protocol in place. It seems pretty uniform. They're like, okay, everyone get on the ground, lay down, and this is our procedure. I'm like, you have a procedure for bees? That's my question. Is this a common enough occurrence where it's just oh, the plague of locusts are here. Everyone get down, 5 minutes, game's back on. Don't worry about it.
You gotta wait till you see the swarm get far enough away and wait 10 minutes after.
Well, see, now I want to talk to our friends at Highmark to see if they have a graphic ready for the locust control that goes up on the screen, and it's 5 minutes. And
it's the Wicker Man scene.
That's right. Yeah. So there's your non-Hounds moment of the week. I know there was a lot of international games going on. It was a break from the Premier League this week, so we got less soccer than we've had over the past 3 weeks. Guys, anything you're looking forward to heading into this upcoming week?
I'm going to be on vacation, FYI.
Nice.
I might be able to do the podcast on Sunday. Oh, I'll figure that out later. I'm going back home to Ohio. So I'm going to our Belleville Street Fair, the World's Fair, they call it back home, because it's basically everyone comes back home to the little village I'm from and treats it almost like a reunion.
Homecoming. Yeah.
It's a little reunion for the town. And it's been going on. It's the longest running agricultural fair in the United States. So yeah.
That's all. I mean, is there tractor racing or anything fun?
There's a tractor pool. There's stuff like that. There's the animal showing. They have I think my nephew shows pigs in it. I haven't gone home for it in years. So Liz and I decided we'll actually call off work and go home for the Belleville Street Fair for the first time in forever.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
Good for you guys. Steve, you got anything going on?
I don't think so.
Yeah. My life has now just become soccer all over again, just high school soccer. I think we have 3 games this week and then helping a friend with an Eagle project. So yeah, we're swamped.
I saw a video today that was I wish it was a parent saying, I wish someone had told me, because I didn't grow up playing soccer. I know there's a football season, a baseball season. I didn't realize soccer didn't have a season. It's just constant and forever soccer. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm like, wait, there's not it's no, I just feel there's always soccer happening. There's no season. It's just constant and it always is going on.
I mean, that's a really good point. I don't know if I know there's off-season workouts for football and other sports, and I think you can get individual training, but no, it literally we went through the varsity season last year, which led directly into we just started playing indoor pickup, which led into Riverhounds camps, which led into spring soccer, which led into summer pickup. It doesn't stop.
Wow.
You lost it, Josh. Yeah, it's. You can't see it. My hair is getting progressively grayer. So yes, and I blame soccer. But here we are.
Stop bragging about your hair.
Okay, we're good. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you guys, jumping on. I appreciate everybody who's been joining us in the chat live. We always love the feedback, thoughts. If you guys have any questions or if you spot, some fun non-hound soccer topic of the week, feel free to shoot it over to us at mongols3@gmail.com. You can also find us over on Blue Sky. We're just Mongols there. Hopefully the guys can get a result this weekend against Louisville. Hopefully, we can pack Highmark Stadium again, make it loud, make it fun. We've only got a few home games left this season. We kind of bounce back and forth the rest of the way here out. So this is your chance to get out there. Maybe in the current iteration of Highmark, who knows what it's going to look like come next season. So yeah. Thanks, everybody. We will be back with more Hounds content for you very, very soon.
Later.
See ya.